Jeep Gladiator Mojave APS iArmor Nerf bars. We're going to put them on today. Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. And that's right, today we're going to install the APS iArmor Nerf bars on Randall's Jeep Gladiator Mojave. He's brought it over here again. We have another little mod to do. So we're going to pull these off, throw them on the table in the garage. We'll do a quick unboxing, get the Jeep up on the lift, and then we'll show you how to install these. Stay tuned.
It's actually boxed pretty well.
Not too bad at all. I like how they put everything in separate
boxes.
Yeah.
They've got the steps separated so they can't ding each other. And here are the steps. And in the pictures, it kind of looked like these were permanently attached. They're not. They're held on by screws.
Okay, so they're bolt on to the rails.
They're bolt on to the rails.
Okay.
One of the reasons I like this one is about the only thing round on that Jeep are the headlights and the wheels.
Right.
Everything else is pretty square.
Right.
Well, these also are square.
Yep.
And I kind of like that. The steps feel fairly substantial.
Oh yeah.
And there is no flex in that. It's cast aluminum.
Right.
Enough texture there that you're not going to slip.
Yeah.
And water's not going to stand on it with the holes.
Nice. Good clean edges too. Some of these that I've gotten, the edges are not sharp. They're, you know, they just don't look like they were cast very well.
But this actually is a pretty nice casting.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, first up is to go ahead and put the steps on the bars. And not seen this system before. They give you a little flat-headed kind of screw, I guess. You stick in a slot and then you turn it. Obviously, that's what's going to hold it in. All the way around, and there are 8 bolts on the step. And then, of course, the nuts that go ahead and hold those down. So
nylon lock nuts.
Ah, good. So obviously, you just put those on. This is going to be interesting to see how well the heads of these screws stay in the slot when you're turning. I think
they seem to lock up pretty well.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be okay. But we're going to go ahead, get all these on, and then we'll put the other steps on as well, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, got the steps on this side. Randall's finishing up his over there. And one thing I want to point out, there are some screws. And if you're doing this, I would loosely put these screws in across the bottom that you can see there, and then go ahead and set these side screws here and here, because that's going to locate the position of the step on the bar. So if you go ahead and tighten those bolts on the bottom first and then try to put these in, chances are they're going to be misaligned and you're just going to be loosening them again anyway. So little tip for you there. Okay, next up is assembly of the braces. Randall's already got the driver's side done. The good thing about these, they are labeled and everything matches, it would appear, so that is nice. There is a lot of assembly you guys can see here that you have to put together, and then obviously they would go on the back of the steps themselves. Now, you had said that it's better, you think, to put the brackets on the steps before putting them on the truck.
Before putting them on the truck. It'll let you have something to where you can kind of hang them on the truck so that you can tighten everything up. But the braces are going to have to be loose to allow some adjustment so that everything lines up right. And then once everything's lined up right, you start tightening down. Okay.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and assemble the other brackets here, and then we'll mount them to the back of the side steps, and then we'll get the Mojave up on the lift and go from there. Okay, we've got all the brackets placed on the steps. You guys can see here. They are put in with just those little T bolts, if you will, or T screws. Left them loose so that we can position it on the truck. Obviously, you're going to have to do a little bit of adjusting. So next is to get the Jeep in here on the lift, I think. Is that where we're at?
Sure. Yeah.
See, Randall's sitting over here drinking, I don't know what he's drinking, but anyway, it's not that complicated. So anyway, let's go ahead and get it in here and then we'll move on.
One thing, I don't know if anybody saw or not. my paranoia has me putting some very industrial duct tape between where the steel and the aluminum touch, just in case the powder coating isn't enough to stop a galvanic reaction.
Okay, we've got it up in the air, you guys can see here. Now, I don't know, and maybe you can tell me, the sliders that are on this, do they come standard on the Mojave or?
On the Mojave, they're standard.
Standard, okay. So, obviously, to put different side steps on, we have to remove the stock sliders. And if you can see down the rail there are 4 bolts. One down there, one here, and then one out there. It is a 13 millimeter bolt. So we're going to go ahead and take these off so we can get the steps on. Okay, we've got the steps. Well, they're put on. We've got 3 bolts holding them on. Give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what they're going to look like. Obviously, they're going to be higher up on the truck. Right now, we just have them kind of sitting on there. So when you go ahead, get the bolts on and tighten them up, and then give you a look at what it's going to be. Okay, we've got everything tightened on. You guys can kind of see what they look like. We'll get it down and show you once we get the other side on. But everything's tightened on, and actually, even given all the parts that we had, it really wasn't too bad once you get it up there. I do like this iArmor insignia in here. Notice, it's not chrome. What do you think? Do you like them?
So far, it's looking great.
Great. Okay, one thing we wanted to point out, again, they're all done now, both sides. If you notice, this bracket here hangs down. Maybe you can see a little better this way. That's kind of level, if you will. Probably about 2 inches from the step itself, right up here. Obviously, if you're into off-roading, this is a pretty severe catch point, I think. If you were to run over anything with this, it's going to go that way or this way. And obviously, that's going to be a problem. So just beware that you have this little area here, the part of the bracket that hangs down. Okay, we got it out away from the lift. You guys can see this is what it looks like on the ground. I like them. I think I might actually like them better than what I have on mine. We'll take a look at those in just a minute. But you can see here, gives you a nice pad to put your foot on, nice room. And then they're not too far out either. They don't stick too far out away from the truck. Maybe a little less than mine. But obviously, you just step on, grab the handle, and hop right in. Pretty darn nice. Getting out, same way. Let's take a look at them right there. There is what they look like on Randall's Mojave. And let's take a look at mine. You guys can see, for comparison's sake there. There you go. Mine do stick out just a little bit further. About the same foot space though, but I do have a little bit further area, I guess, that sticks out than his do. There's a look down the side. Pretty darn cool. Anyway, that is the install and look at the iForce, or what are they? iArmor steps on the Jeep Gladiator Mojave. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these. Do you prefer these or do you prefer those? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma back there. That channel is Rob Motive. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.